Good evening. My name is Brian Reeves, principal of Columbia High School. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to the 13th Annual Soaring Eagle Awards Night. This award was created to allow each faculty member a chance to recognize a student of their choosing for their reason. It's not based on grades. It's based on character, leadership, dedication, hard work, overcoming adversity, or commitment to learning, whatever that teacher chose to recognize. What I love is that none of you know who was selected by whom. Students, each teacher will read about the student he or she has selected, so listen carefully to see if you can hear a description of yourself. Once you hear your name, come on up, receive your medallion, and then you'll go out to the cafeteria for a quick picture. Every family will receive a copy of the speech and a copy of the picture in the coming next couple of weeks. You guys ready to find out who nominated you tonight? We'll begin.
Good evening, everyone. When we think about high school, we often think about the big events, the homecoming games, the dances, the finals, and of course, graduation. But who makes sure those moments aren't forgotten? That's the work of our yearbook staff, and specifically the dedicated students who spend endless hours capturing our life at CHS. Lindsay Maloney is one of those people. She's a dedicated student, but she also serves as a historian of the school, transforming brief moments into lasting legacies. While many students rushed to class or hung out with friends, Lindsay found time in between these activities to capture memories with a camera in hand and design pages to best highlight these special moments. Her work reminds us that the high school experience isn't just about grades, but memories these students make together. Lindsay brings a unique perspective to our school. She has an eye for the moments that matter, the laughter in the cafeteria, the intense concentration during a project, and the sheer joy of a win. She takes raw moments and turns them into curated story that students will look back on for years to come. This year and last year, Lindsay worked tirelessly to ensure that our yearbook was not just a book, but a true reflection of our community. She went above and beyond to make sure every group, every club, and every student felt seen and celebrated. So, Lindsay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your dedication, your creativity, and your passion. Thank you for capturing the moments that we might have otherwise forgotten. When you look at your yearbook, remember to thank people like Lindsay, who helped to document everyone's best moments, allowing them to look back on these years with fondness. Congratulations to my Soaring Eagle, Lindsay Maloney.
All right, so mine's not much of a surprise. So I'm in the back pushing the buttons, and I had to decide, am I going to leave my mug up there, or am I going to put the student's face? So I decided to put the student's face up there. So if you're watching at home, you can't see me, but you can hear me. Good evening. My name is Taylor Nickerson. I teach German here at CHS. In addition to teaching German, I run our school's social media and can be seen at all kinds of events with a camera in my hands. Doing this allows me to meet and get to know many students outside of my classes who I would normally not have an opportunity to get to know. In fact, in the past few years, I've given my Soaring Eagle to a number of these students who I've gotten to know outside of the classroom. Tonight, I am honoring one of these students as well. Tonight, I am presenting Eddie Smajic with my 2026 Soaring Eagle. Eddie has not been an Eagle his whole life. As a matter of fact, this is only Eddie's second year with us here at Columbia. That's actually part of what led me to choose Eddie as my Soaring Eagle. I, too, had to switch schools when I was younger, and it was not my decision to do so. I know how hard it can be, walking into a new school, not knowing anyone, figuring out where and how you're going to fit in. Like Eddie, I used athletics as a way to find my new group and settle into my new school. I want to publicly recognize Eddie and let him know that it's been noticed how well he has handled becoming and being a Columbia Eagle. I know that not every day has been easy. I'm sure there's struggles behind the scenes, but he has handled it with maturity and poise, Every time Eddie and I pass in the halls, Eddie's always smiling, and we'll make time to stop for a quick conversation. Eddie and I have also learned that we have a few connections outside of school. One of Eddie's best buddies is a cousin of mine through marriage, and Eddie's father and my brother-in-law went to high school together. It's obvious that Eddie is very talented on this very basketball floor, and it has been a lot of fun watching him play, but I want Eddie to know that whatever happens in life, he's more than just a basketball player. You're a son, you're a friend, and one day you'll be a husband and a father, and don't forget, you're a Columbia Eagle. On the way out of the school now, it says in big writing, once an Eagle, always an Eagle. Don't forget that you always have a home here at CHS, and there are many people here cheering you on to succeed in life. I'm happy to have gotten to know you and wish you the best as you approach graduation and beyond. Congratulations, you are a Soaring Eagle.
Good evening. I'm Scott Horner, Athletic Director at CUSD4. My 2026 Soaring Eagle Award proudly goes to Keegan Thompson. That's all I got. Oh. What makes Keegan a Soaring Eagle, you might ask? How much time do you have? I first got to know Keegan as a 9th grade football player during summer football workouts. Quickly, I realized that this kid was going to be special. Here's what caught my attention. Keegan was always, and I stress always, working, always motivated, always leading through his actions, always trying to get better, always showing his toughness, always watching film, always training with great discipline, and always making tackles, always finding ways to help his team win. This kid is an always type of player. He is a warrior, a true warrior on the field, always playing for something bigger than himself, playing to represent Columbia Blue Pride football for those before him and for those younger. Keegan's character represented exactly that. He didn't care about stats. All he cared about was that his team won. It is important to also note that in the game versus Freeburg, when Keegan tore his Achilles tendon, he would not leave the sideline. He even limped down the steps in the locker room at halftime to give his teammates some motivating words. He should have been on his way to the hospital. Instead, he put his teammates first. What can you say? Now, with all the toughness he displayed, though, you rarely saw him outside of football without seeing that infectious smile and hearing that one-of-a-kind laugh. Keegan kept it all in perspective. Kind-hearted, spirit by day, warrior by Friday night. It's not every year you get the pleasure to coach a young man like Keegan, and I am so lucky to have had the opportunity to do so. Keegan, thank you for being you. Go get a picture.
Hi, I'm Laura Schmidt, and I have the honor of teaching AP Chemistry at CHS. It's a course designed to challenge the best and the brightest students to absorb unfamiliar abstract concepts, evaluate scientific claims, crunch calculations, and articulate their understanding at an unyielding pace. It's a daunting, grueling, uphill, all the way, 35 weeks of a marathon of a class. And yet, as demanding as the class is, every year there are students that rise up to meet this challenge, and they seem to do so without even breaking a sweat. So I would like to take this opportunity to recognize Madeline Fry, who's not only my Soaring Eagle Award recipient, but she's also crushing AP Chemistry with the highest grade among her classmates. So what's Madeline's secret? How's she doing this? Let me tell you, Madeline's doing all the things that good students do. She arrives every day with a quiet, determined, confident, and ready-to-work attitude. She's willing to ask questions, rework problems, assist others, and maintain a relatively positive outlook. But what makes Madeline exceptional is that she's literally wrestling concepts such as oxidation and reduction reactions, integrated rate law, bond enthalpies, and equilibrium solubility constants to the ground until they make sense. And she has mastered them. Like I said, she's wrestling these concepts. Is it a stole-clone stoner? Is it a pile driver? Is it a power bomb? I truly don't know her secret. But what I know is that Madeline intuitively understands the academic feedback loop. After a lecture, she works on the problem sets, she evaluates her work, she analyzes her errors, and she's convinced that the answer is out there. And if she digs deep enough into the logic, she'll find the missing piece of the puzzle she needed for it to all make sense. So Madeline, your Soaring Eagle Award is a testament to your grit and your determination and your tireless pursuit of academic excellence. I hope that the problem-solving skills that you've developed empowers you to pursue all your academic ambitions. The world needs problem solvers like yourself to navigate constant change and complex challenges and drive innovation forward. It's been an honor to recognize your talent and your accomplishments, and I wish you the best of luck in the future.
Hello, my name is Alicia Arnold and I teach Spanish. In a world filled with noise, telling young people what it means to be cool, Addison Muren already knows what cool is. Having a chinchilla is cool. Putting cornstarch in your bangs is cool. Obsessing over Twilight is cool. And just so we're clear, none of these things appeared in my teacher training program, but Addison has convinced me that they are all valid life choices. Addison Muren is cool. She's also one of the kindest, most thoughtful people I've ever met, and I'm including adults in this statement, which should tell you something. When I sat down to write this, I immediately thought of a recent evening when I ran into Addison and her older brother Sam and their parents. And suddenly it all made sense why Addison is the way she is. Her family is kind. Not only did they actually talk to me in public, out in the wild, but Mom and Dad made a point to thank me for being Addison's teacher, which is incredibly kind, but honestly, the gratitude should probably go the other direction. Teaching Addison has been an absolute joy. She's been in my Spanish class for the last 3 years, and during that time, she's consistently shown up as her best self. She doesn't compete with anyone else in the room. She only competes with the person she was yesterday. And that amazing thing about her is she just keeps winning. She's a superstar. My only hope is that, Addison, you truly recognize how amazing you are, the potential you have, and you never forget who you are. You are stellar. You are cool. You're exactly the kind of person the world needs more of. And no matter where life takes you next, just remember, if you ever start doubting yourself, just talk to your chinchilla and put some cornstarch in your bangs and reread Twilight, because you've been cool all along.
Good evening. My name is Kristen Baker. I am one of the school counselors here at Columbia High School, and it is my honor to recognize Kaylee Lisch as my 2026 Soaring Eagle. Kaylee has been on my radar for Soaring Eagle since her freshman year. From the moment I met her, her maturity, thoughtfulness, and genuine kindness really stood out. Kaylee is this is the kind of student who never passes someone in the hallway without acknowledging them. Whether it's a friend, a teacher, someone she barely knows, she offers a warm hello and smile that really makes people feel seen and valued. What impresses me most about Kaylee, though, is her emotional maturity. She has a remarkable ability to reflect on her feelings, work through difficult situations, and truly listen to the perspective of others. Even more admirable, she holds herself accountable and strives to grow from every experience. That level of self-awareness is rare, even amongst adults. I chose Kaylee as my Soaring Eagle because she embodies the very best of what we hope our students become: kind, thoughtful, responsible, and true to themselves. Kaylee, you are a beautiful example of what it means to be a Columbia Eagle. Thank you for your kindness you bring to our school and for the example you set for others. We are so proud of you.
Good evening. My name is Neil O'Donnell. I teach social studies and coach baseball here at the high school. Chosen for his character and dedication, this student embodies the true spirit of commitment. As our volunteer student manager for the varsity baseball team and now head manager, he has become far more than a helper. He's my right-hand man. Come on up here. Come on up here. It is truly an honor to recognize Aiden Collier for his outstanding contribution to the baseball program during his time here at CHS. While many students contribute from the field, Aiden's impact is felt in every facet of our baseball program's success. Whether it's anticipating the needs in practice before they're even voiced, or managing the logistics of the season, with hard work, he simply knows what to do, and I certainly appreciate that. On game days, he does our game changer, which is an app for scorekeeping, pitch count, stats, in case you didn't know that. He's gotten really good at scoring a game. Scored a game today. We won 3-1. It's a great game. His initiative and unwavering commitment to the coaches, players, and the game itself has made him an indispensable asset to the baseball program. I am very happy and proud to present my Soaring Eagle to Aiden Collier.
Sorry. Good evening. My name is Matthew Doogie. I am a social studies teacher here at Columbia High School. I would like to tell you about my Soaring Eagle. When I think about this award, I think of someone who is smart and hardworking, determined, or someone who is friendly and caring, shows compassion to others. And my Soaring Eagle is all of those things. I feel what I feel makes my Soaring Eagle stand out to me is this person's confidence. Sometimes quiet confidence, sometimes not so quiet. They're comfortable sharing ideas and contributing to discussions, and that makes the class better. While they hold strong opinions and they're not afraid to express them, they also show a great deal of respect for others by listening carefully to different viewpoints, and they can appreciate when good viewpoints are brought up and how this adds to the overall understanding and learning. The balance of confidence, openness, is why my Soaring Eagle stands out to me, and I'm happy to present my Soaring Eagle Award this year to Grace Luebbers.
Good evening. My name's Art Frisch. I've been a shop teacher here. This is my 4th year that I've came to Columbia to teach shop. And this young man, I was introduced to as a freshman. As I was a freshman, he was a freshman. And he really, before I even knew what the Soaring Eagle meant, this young man stood out to me in a lot of ways. Tonight, I'm proud to nominate Justice Albers as my 2025 Soaring Eagle. Justice, come on up. Over the past 4 years, I've had the privilege of watching Justice grow into an outstanding student who constantly demonstrates excellence both inside and outside the shop. He approaches his work with both focus and determination, always striving to do his best, never settling for less than his full potential. His commitment to learning and self-improving truly sets himself apart. Beyond his academic and shop credentials and achievements, Justice is a young man of exceptional character. He is constantly polite, respectful, and considerate towards myself and his fellow peers. His positive attitude and willingness to help others contribute to a welcoming and supportive school environment. Justice leads by example, showing integrity in his actions and maturity in the way he handles challenges and responsibility. Justice is also incredibly hardworking and dependable. Whether completing an assignment or a project, participating in class, or taking on new opportunities, he gives his full effort and maintains a strong sense of responsibility. There is no doubt he will be a tremendous asset in whatever career path that you choose to go forward with. His character, work ethic, and dedication ensure a bright and very successful future ahead. Justice Albers.
These kids sitting over here would not be where they're at without the people in the stands, so we all want to applaud all of you in the stands for raising such good kids. All right. Congratulations to all the winners over here, or the people that are waiting anxiously to get their award from their teachers. I'm Scott Germain, weight room instructor, head girls basketball coach, and assistant football coach here at Columbia High School. I'm proud to recognize Ethan Habermehl as my Soaring Eagle Award winner. All right. Ethan has all of the characteristics for this reward: respectful, polite, helpful, just to name a few. Ethan's a team player. I've watched him grow these last 4 years into a young man that leads by example, and he is the true definition of this award. If every teacher would be fortunate enough to have a group of students like Ethan, we would all be better. He's a team guy on the field. He's a great teammate, classmate, and a friend who puts the team first and does everything that is asked of him. In the classroom, he leads by example every day. There's not a day he walks in the gym that he doesn't say, "Hey, Coach G, good morning, Coach G," and it usually strikes up a 5-minute conversation or longer. He's truly a genuine young man that does everything for the right reason. He's a hard worker who does not shy away from any task, which I believe will make him a shining star when he goes to SIU Edwardsville, whichever path he takes. Congratulations, Ethan Habermehl.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks again for joining us and sharing your wonderful students with us. We are very privileged here to have such a great group of kids, so thanks. My name's Lindsay Middendorf. I work in the English department here, as well as serve as a special education teacher. And I had the privilege of meeting my Soaring Eagle 3 years ago. One of the first things he told me was his goal was to play college soccer. He had been playing almost his entire life and loved the game. He played during the school season and on a select team throughout the year. He is even employed as a youth referee. in St. Louis so other athletes could have the experience of playing this sport. He was all in every way. I remember how when he would talk to me and tell me stories about his games, his eyes would sparkle with intensity. When he would tell me about his games and any events he participated in. And I knew that this wasn't just a passing hobby for him, it was his passion. Witnessing several of our school teams extending their seasons into the postseason and capturing the elusive state championship title has been a once-in-a-career experience. But this is the first time in my career I have had the privilege of knowing one of the athletes for as long as I have known my Soaring Eagle. Year after year, our school team found success on the field, but for my Soaring Eagle, it was not always that way. Sometimes the season was not so easy on him. Sometimes he didn't even know whether he wanted to continue to play. These were very difficult times for him, and it was especially difficult watching someone who loved something with such ferocity feel tremendous pain from that very thing. This situation's complexity was something that many of us can sympathize with. Each season, this young man would question, did my love for the game outweigh the negatives I encounter each season? But even with the hardships, he continued to play. Even when he wanted to quit, he continued to play. Even when it was hard to show up, he still played. He taught me about perseverance, grit, determination, and that the opinion of one does not tell the whole story. In fact, at the beginning of this year, his senior year, he wrote an essay about when he had to overcome a difficult situation. He wrote about his experiences with soccer. He told his story and his struggles. He ended his essay with some sage advice. You're not going to please everyone in life, and you just have to overcome the situation. The best thing you can do is just pray and forgive the person, even if they're treating you wrong. So that's why you're my Soaring Eagle, Connor Briley. I got a lot to say. Yeah. You have a good heart. You are stronger than you realize and wise beyond your years. You will do great things in this world, and I can't wait to hear about your adventures at Blackburn College, and I will miss you next year.
Good evening. I'm Rob Post, and I've been blessed to have most of the kids that are sitting here in the gym with us today. They probably wouldn't agree, but it's been a pleasure for me in sophomore English. And this is a great night. It's nice to see so many deserving young people together in one place. Represented here are some of the kindest, most creative, intelligent, and talented students that Columbia has to offer. This room provides hope for the future. It's difficult to choose just one Soaring Eagle because so many of my students have such unique gifts and personalities. But my choice this year is someone I've had the pleasure of watching grow not only as a student, but as a person. He is truly curious about the world around him and constantly seeks more information and a deeper understanding in a wide range of disciplines. I do not doubt that he will be a lifelong learner and a high achiever. He has a wide spectrum of interests and skills ranging from sports to trivia and everything in between. He's a good human being who is willing to help others, especially with math concepts that are over most of our heads. He's curious, insightful, and reflective. He's a good leader and also a good follower, which isn't always easy. It is my pleasure to select Mason Gemoules as my 2026 Soaring Eagle.
Hi, My name is Jenny Van Bruzigen, and I have the privilege of teaching English here at Columbia High School. My soaring eagle readily receives admiration and respect from peers, and also readily gives admiration and respect. On the rare occasion when the student is absent from school, the entire atmosphere of the class is different. It's just that big of a difference. What makes it even more special, though, is this student probably doesn't even realize that. On top of a rigorous class schedule, this student is starring in the upcoming production of Mamma Mia, has scored well every year in solo and ensemble, is a two-time District 6 first chair orchestra cellist, and a three-time all-state orchestra cellist. He's also a member of the math team, the Scholar Bowl team, the ACES team, and the cross-country team. When he's in my class, however, his ability to analyze literature is beyond measure. Much to my chagrin, he wants to major to become an astrophysicist with a minor in computer science. So I often joke with him because he wears so many hats that perhaps he should just be an adjunct literature professor on the side for fun. Quite frankly, Jonah Velnosky, you are he is one of the most well-rounded individuals I've ever met, and I'm excited to see where you'll soar next.
Good evening, and congratulations to all of our Soaring Eagles. This is a great honor for you. My name is Ford Barnfield. I'm a science teacher here at CHS, as well as one of the coaches of the track and field team. I'm currently in my 8th year of teaching, and I've had the privilege of coaching multiple sports and teaching a variety of classes. Now in my 4th year at Columbia, I truly enjoy tonight as it puts a spotlight on some of our students who really shine through. This year, my Soaring Eagle recipient is Celine Capellan. Any teacher who has already had the experience of teaching Celine is fully aware of how exemplary of a student she is. Her kindness and thoughtfulness is always a positive influence in the class, whether offering to help a classmate who is struggling or simply brightening somebody's day with a kind word. She demonstrates a level of compassion and awareness that makes her a true role model within the classroom. But then her strong work ethic and curiosity is what sets her apart academically. She approaches her work with focus and determination, always striving to do her best and deepen her understanding. Rather than being satisfied with surface-level answers, she asks insightful questions and eagerly explores new ideas. Her genuine love of learning drives her to challenge herself and to continue growing. Seeing a student with this sort of drive and genuine interest makes me feel honored to have her in class. So that is why I am delighted to finally present the Soaring Eagle to Celine.
Hi, I get to go one more time. I'm actually covering for my friend, Miss Chelsea Adair. She's unable to be here tonight, unfortunately, but I do know her Soaring Eagle pretty well. So I'm going to read Ms. Adair's speech, and then Natalie, if you'd like to come up. So these are Miss Adair's words, okay? My Soaring Eagle is Natalie Fiorelli. Natalie's journey is a story of resilience, courage, and determination. From an early age, she faced obstacles that could have easily limited her dreams. Instead of letting those challenges define her, she chose to rise above them. Watching her grow through adversity has been truly inspiring. Natalie has dealt with personal struggles, academic pressures, and moments of uncertainty that would have overwhelmed many people. Through it all, she showed a kind of strength that can't be taught. She learned how to speak up for herself, push past expectations, and keep going even when progress felt slow. Over the past few years, she has become much more proactive, asking for help when she needs it and taking on new challenges, and then actively shaping her own future. She's willing to try just about anything, even if it means growing or improving. She doesn't back down from hard work. That openness has helped her discover strengths and confidence she might not known she had. What makes Natalie's accomplishments so meaningful isn't just what she's achieved, but how she's achieved it. She's built independence and trust in her own judgment. She sets goals that once seemed out of reach and chased them with focus and determination. She exceeds expectations, not by luck, but through steady effort, courage, and a willingness to step up when it matters. Her acceptance into Lewis and Clark College is more than just an academic achievement. It's a symbol of how far she's come. It reflects years of hard work, self-belief, and persistence. Natalie's story is still unfolding, but she has already proven she can overcome challenges, achieve her goals, and continue to soar. Congratulations, Natalie.
Good evening, everyone. Short people problems here. It is truly my honor to present my Soaring Eagle Award to a student who represents exactly what this award is meant to celebrate, Cynthia Munden. Come on down. Cynthia is one of the sweetest souls you could ever hope to meet. She comes to school each day with a positive attitude, a kind heart, and a determination to do her very best. Learning math doesn't always come easy to everyone, but what makes Cynthia so special is the way she approaches challenges. She works incredibly hard to understand new concepts and never gives up when something is difficult. Her persistence and dedication are a wonderful example of true effort and growth. Beyond her work ethic, Cynthia is someone who quietly makes the classroom a better place. She stays focused, works diligently, and is always productive. She does the right thing simply because it's the right thing to do. She is a drama-free, kind to everyone, and always willing to help a classmate who might need it. Cynthia's kindness doesn't stop at school either. I'm lucky enough to know her outside the classroom. She's my neighbor and was the absolute best dog sitter for our dog, Izzy. Just like she does with people, she showed responsibility, care, and a big heart. I know she also helps out a lot at home with her busy household filled with 4 other siblings, and I know her parents definitely appreciate her. Students like Cynthia remind us that character matters just as much as achievement. She leads with kindness, works with determination, and treats others with respect. Honestly, the world would be a better place if there were more Cynthias in it. So congratulations on earning the Soaring Eagle Award, Cynthia. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Elizabeth Wilson. I'm the computer teacher here at CHS. And my Soaring Eagle is kind, quiet, intelligent, has a genuine care for others, and consistently stands out. I first met her in my Intro to Financial Literacy class, where she regularly demonstrated strong character and dedication. While she may not be the most outspoken student, she thoughtfully volunteered her input, answered questions when called upon, and regularly contributed meaningful insights to class discussions. At the beginning of the year, she was hesitant to enroll in web design and development. However, encouragement from her family led her to give my HTML class a chance. In doing so, she truly surprised herself by excelling in computer programming and quickly became an outstanding student. She showed remarkable determination, working through challenges with patience and persistence until each project was successfully completed. Some challenges left us both, along with other students, scratching our heads, trying to figure out why things weren't running correctly. But through determination and her willingness to put the effort in, she always figured it out. Not only completing the basic assignment, but adding her personal touch to create a unique outcome. I am extremely proud of her motivation and growth, and I'm so glad she took a chance on my class and discovered her abilities. Her friendly nature and kindness makes her a joy to be around. She builds strong, meaningful relationships wherever she goes, and I can't wait to see how she will continue to succeed both academically and personally in her remaining years of high school. For my Soaring Eagle, I have chosen Gracin Butler.
Good evening. I'm Dana Merriman. I'm one of the high school business teachers. Tonight, I'd like to recognize my student for 2 reasons. First, they represent a group that often goes unnoticed. You students here in the stands tonight. The ones who show up not for recognition, but to support the people around them. This student excels at flying under the radar. They come into class, take their seat, and when the bell rings, they're ready to work. No complaints, no shortcuts. Approaches their assignments with effort and integrity. They never say, "It's good enough," and they don't quit when something is difficult. They simply keep working until it's done right. I also think that if this student goes through a class without ever being called on, they're gonna tell you it was a good day. Second is how this student represents their values. I'm not sure if I've had a student more loyal to the things that truly matter. His family, his friends, his faith, and his personal well-being. Tonight, I'd like to recognize Rayne O'Daniel, not only for the work he does, but for the person he chooses to be every day.
Good evening. My name's Hannah Phelps, and this is my first year teaching social studies at CHS. I'm so proud to recognize my 2026 and first ever Soaring Eagle, Kaylee Bieber. Kaylee's such a positive presence in my classroom and a model student to have in class. She's curious, hardworking, and strives for success consistently. Kaylee always asks thoughtful questions and shows a genuine interest in what I'm teaching, even though I've been told a few times that history is not really her thing. I always really appreciate her humor in class as well, and her ability to connect with others and make them feel welcomed. Kaylee demonstrates the qualities of not only an outstanding student, but an outstanding member of the school community as well. She's been a huge part of making my first year at CHS an amazing one, and I can't wait to see what the future has in store for her. So keep up the good work, Kaylee.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Joe Birch. I'm an agricultural teacher here at Columbia High School. But tonight, I'd like to introduce you to our Soaring Eagle. Tonight, I have the honor of presenting the Soaring Eagle Award to a student who truly embodies the values of our FFA program. This student is trustworthy, someone you can always count on to follow through and do the right thing. He is hardworking, fully dedicating himself to every project and challenge that comes his way. What really sets him apart is his enthusiasm for horticulture. Whether in the classroom, at Shady Creek, tending to plants, he approaches every task with curiosity, care, and commitment. His love for the land and for growing plants inspires everyone around him. I rarely meet a young man with such a strong work ethic and reliability on a daily basis. Students like this, those who work diligently, act with integrity, and pursue their passions, remind us what the Soaring Eagle Award truly represents. Congratulations on this well-deserved honor, Jolson Helfer. Thank you for your dedication and enthusiasm for horticulture, as you are a role model for us all. Your forward vision and adventure to achieve your accomplishments are easily noted by the entire Columbia High School community, and we wish you the best in achieving your future goals.
Good evening. My name's Dasani Gruen. I'm the Ag teacher and FFA advisor here at Columbia High School. The individual I have chosen to receive the Soaring Eagle Award has taken every opportunity possible through Columbia FFA and the Ag program. I still remember my first day teaching at Columbia High School. This individual sat quietly in her seat with little to no words. It wasn't until our National FFA Week further on in the month, our green hands always paint their hands green. Those are our first year members. This day she painted her hand green and she smiled so big. I've never seen her smile like that. From that day, everything else was history. She started attending every single FFA event she could possibly attend. She was in the ag room, in between hours, during hours. She never stopped. She's never stopped. She's never quit. Over the last 4 years, she has made remarkable strides, and I feel blessed to have witnessed these moments. She has served on our officer team her junior and her senior year now, and I am incredibly proud of her. My Soaring Eagle this year is Kate Jackson. I'm forever proud of her and all that she has accomplished, and I look forward to seeing all the amazing things that she will continue to achieve.
Good evening. My name is Courtney Albrecht. I'm a school counselor here at Columbia High School. It is truly my pleasure to recognize a student who represents the spirit of perseverance and positivity that we look for in all of our students. This student is incredibly bright and capable, but what stands out even more than her intelligence is her resilience. This year alone, she has faced challenges that would have been difficult for anyone, yet she continues to rise above them with determination and grace. What I admire most about this student is her ability to keep moving forward. When things get tough, she doesn't stay down. She finds the strength to stand back up and keep trying. That kind of grit is rare, especially at such a young age, and it speaks volumes about the strength of her character. One of my Soaring Eagle's hobbies includes a wonderful random act of kindness. Some of you may have heard of this, where people leave small rubber ducks on someone's car, usually on the dashboard or the door handle, just as a surprise. No note, no explanation, just a tiny duck staring back at you. Like, congratulations, you've been chosen. It's at equal parts confusing and yet delightful. And for some people, Kenna included, this is not just a one-time surprise. It becomes a full-blown collection with very high standards for which ducks are worthy of making the dashboard lineup. So tonight, I'd like to say congratulations, you've been chosen, Kenna Briley. Wherever life takes you next, wherever life takes you next, keep believing in yourself, keep getting back up when things get hard, and keep being you. I have no doubt you'll continue to soar. You're welcome. Well, they're good enough.
Good evening. My name is Sarah McGinty. I'm the choir director here. Oftentimes when I choose a Soaring Eagle, it's a student that I've had the privilege of having for many years because I also teach choir at the middle school. So sometimes I'll have students up to 7 years. That's one luxury I have and I enjoy it so much. But this year's Soaring Eagle is someone I've gotten to know in just 2 years. Landon Holt moved to Columbia at the start of his junior year last year. And most people believe that junior year is the toughest year, but combined with moving to a brand new state, some would think it would be even more of a struggle. If it was difficult for Landon, you would have never known. In fact, it seems like he's always been at CHS. Landon has a very easygoing personality and is happy to have conversations with anyone, which I found out, I think, maybe the second day of class that he was in. He immediately clicked with our music and our theater department, and he found his people pretty quickly. I figured out right away that Landon has a deep passion for many things, music, theater, and film being just a few. He's never shied away from stepping in to lead warm-ups in the choral room or helping out with the bass section when needed. In Anything Goes, another student started speaking in a Scottish accent, and Landon replied right away, quick on his feet, in the same accent. I didn't even know that was gonna happen, and I asked him, and they're like, no, that was all just off the cuff. He's quick on his feet. He's extremely funny. He played an outlaw in our Sweetheart Cabaret this past week. He's good with a bubble gun, and is willing to do anything when it comes to making people laugh, whether in a theater production, our Sweetheart Cabaret, or just in class. Along with that, he's willing to put his thoughts out on paper, which resulted in him singing his original composition Pluto at last weekend's cabaret, while also playing his guitar in public for the first time. Landon was brave enough to share with others, and I could not be more proud of him. Some of you might also have heard of his podcast that he's created, so he is out there as much as possible just sharing his awesome views. But I think the biggest thing that stands out for me about Landon is his concern and thoughtfulness of others. Besides that is his self-motivation. He has big plans for the future. He updates me frequently on his mission and after-school plans for university and what happens next. His confidence is one of his greatest qualities. Add in his leadership abilities, respectfulness, and kind nature, and I know he'll be successful in every avenue he pursues. Landon, I am so thankful your family moved here. I'm so glad that I got to know who you are as an incredible human being, and you have been a blessing, and I'm excited to see what you do once you leave this school and go into your future. So good luck, and congratulations.
Hello, I'm Carrie Stein, and I teach in the math department here at CHS. I've been lucky to have my Soaring Eagle, Berkeley comped, in my homeroom class since her freshman year. This year, she is also in my Algebra 2 class. Berkeley is the type of student that you wish for. She consistently demonstrates the kind of character and dedication that truly stand out. She works hard every single day, putting thoughtful effort into her assignments and always striving to improve. Even when faced with challenges, she approaches her work with determination and a positive attitude. What is especially impressive is her focus. Even when others around her may be off task or distracted, she remains on task and committed to her learning. Her ability to stay focused and self-directed sets an example for her peers. Beyond her academic commitment, she is exceptionally personable and kind. She treats her classmates with respect and warmth, helping to create a welcoming and supportive classroom environment. She volunteers for and actively participates in all of our homeroom activities, even though they are not required or graded. Her willingness to be involved and contribute simply because it's the right thing to do speaks volumes about her character. She is always willing to help other students who are struggling. Whether she is explaining a concept, offering encouragement, or patiently working through a problem with a classmate, she goes out of her way to ensure others feel supported and successful. Her combination of hard work, focus, compassion, and leadership make her truly deserving of this award. Berkeley, I'm so grateful for the opportunity to see your growth since your freshman year. It's been a privilege to see you develop not only as a student, but also as a leader within our school community. I can't wait to see all of the great things you accomplish in the future. Congratulations.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Brent Miller, and I teach PE and behind the wheel driver's ed here at CHS. The student I have chosen to be a Soaring Eagle is a student I have known for many years who I could barely get to say hi to me when he was younger. Not much has changed since those days except him growing to be a taller person and a leader among the school. He has become a great golfer and basketball player. The season, his senior year, may not have gone the way he planned, but he has kept his head up high and learned to become a better person. He allows things to roll off his shoulder and not affect his attitude. I think he has found this strength through his faith in God because this young man has a positive outlook in life. I've not been able to have this student in class since he getting stronger in the weight room has been a goal of his, but he is a frequent visitor in my office looking for cashews. We do not get to hang out daily. We get to hang out daily after class and talk about sports and other guy things. I am proud to recognize Kyle Chudd as my Soaring Eagle Award winner. Kyle has been a great student who works hard in the classroom, on the golf course, and basketball court. If he has not participated in these activities, you can find Kyle hanging out with his friends or playing his guitar. He is also a big part of the Blue Crew, cheering his fellow classmates and friends on the playing field. He bleeds blue at CHS. He is a kind and respectful and honest person. He shows his kindness by always willing to help others and doesn't say no. He even got my younger shy son Eli to play along with him, which is a big thing in my heart. I will have great memories of him helping out during basketball camps and junior Eagles. He might not have the loudest voice, but he had a great time helping the younger players and telling them what to do. I've had the honor to see Kyle grow as an adult here in Columbia. I am proud of the student and person he has become and is very deserving of this award. I wish him the best of luck on his next adventure at Mizzou and majoring in civil engineering. Congratulations to my Soaring Eagle, Kyle Chudd.
Hi, I'm Amanda Bedard. I'm the assistant principal here. And the reason why I'm wearing heels when I normally run around in flats is because my Soaring Eagle is too tall for life, and he hasn't picked up on it yet. Brody Longroff, you are my Soaring Eagle. Hey, Sunshine. Hi. So I chose my Soaring Eagle this year because of the many characteristics that he has and demonstrated out throughout this year. He's been thoughtful, he's been resilient, he's fearless, and someone who steps up when it matters the most. His thoughtfulness was displayed during his fall senior year when his mother had a volleyball tournament, and he expressed to her that she needed to be with her team more than just coming to a brief celebration for his senior night when it was just a sport he just started playing. It all worked out in the end, but it was such a very sweet gesture to me and an act of maturity out of him. He also demonstrated fearlessness in his senior year when he decided he wanted to come out and try football. Football is just more a contact sport, it's a collision sport, and taking that risk could have jeopardized his senior year of basketball and baseball seasons. Yet he went out there week after week, showed up, learned a game, a completely new game to him, competed, and became a true competitor on that field. During his basketball season, I watched him emerge as a leader on the court. And when his partner in crime couldn't play, Brody was the one who stepped up. If we needed someone to bring the ball up the court, he did it. He directed his teammates into our sets. And when things didn't go as planned, he was the one who was willing to take the shot or drive the ball to the lane. I truly believe he's the biggest reason that we were playing for the championship at the tournament that we hosted this Christmas. And when I complimented him for stepping up into that leadership role, he humbly replied to me, "Well, someone has to do it." So while the season didn't end the way that we hoped, though, Brody was also named Conference Player of the Year, which is a big, huge accomplishment on that. I'm gonna get you all the facts. I said I'm gonna get you all the facts. The past year has also been a source of pure enjoyment and entertainment with me and Brody. Brody basically says the first thing that comes to his mind when we're normally talking, which I find truly hysterical half the time. And for example, when I asked him how his pick 6 at the Waterloo game was, he said, "Honestly, Bedard, I almost forgot that I had to run." Many of our other conversations this year have included that he tells me I'm wrong about something, which not a lot of people tell me I'm wrong. He has also told me not to tell his mom multiple things, which always makes me giggle. And my favorite line this year out of his mouth was, "Don't believe what Kelly says, she tells stories." So somehow at the end of every conversation, though, I can't help but walk away and either smile or laugh at him because how genuine you are with me. Brody Longroff, it's been a pleasure to watch you play, grow, and become the leader that you are today. Thank you for all the many alleged stories, the playful teasing, and the rumor talk in our office. Oh, partner in crime's giggling. I definitely will miss our office visits from both you and you at the Field of Cretin. This is the best of luck to you in your next chapter. Here's to you, Brody Longroff, on being my Soaring Eagle.
Thank you. I know, I'm hot.
Hi everyone, I'm Amanda McKee and I teach math here at CHS. Tonight I have the pleasure of awarding my Soaring Eagle to Kendall Frizzell, a student who is a true representation of a soaring eagle. As her geometry teacher this year, I have gotten to witness the dedication, character, and positivity she brings to our classroom. From the very beginning of the year, she stood out for her strong work ethic and impressive math skills. Geometry can be challenging, but she approaches every problem with determination and focus. She doesn't shy away from difficult concepts. Instead, she works through them thoughtfully and strives to improve. On top of all this, she has worked hard to overcome a hearing impairment, never letting it limit her. I appreciate Kendall's participation in class, answering my questions, asking her own, and helping her classmates. Her effort and perseverance are a big part of why she has been so successful. But what makes her especially deserving of this award goes beyond her academic ability. Kendall has a genuinely friendly personality. She always makes it a point to start a conversation with me before class or as she's heading out the door, which I've appreciated so much, as I've loved hearing about the puzzles she's building or the plans she has for the weekend. Those small moments say a lot about the kind of person she is. Kendall, it is my honor to recognize you today as a Soaring Eagle. You've truly earned it, and I look forward to seeing what you do in the future.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, everyone. My name is Allison Bittner, and I teach PE here at CHS, as well as coach the freshman girls basketball team. I honestly could talk all night about my Soaring Eagle, but I think I would get like the music and the lights down and the little hook, so I'll try to be quick. But first, I'm gonna take you all behind the scenes. As teachers, we have peaks and valleys, or seasons, if you will. Those peaks and valleys can be determined by a student, life events, and everything in between. Those I'm close with know the past few years have been met with many more valleys than peaks, but it's the peaks that make the years much more memorable. In February of 2022, my dad passed, and then in September of 24, my mom passed. To say that it was a struggle to appear human on a daily basis was a stretch. Lucky for us, we have students here at CHS that can see through our masks and help us get through those valleys. For the almost past 4 years, Ella Daly has checked on me every day at school. But I would imagine if you were to ask Ella, she would probably say to talk about her day, to catch me up on her weekend, or to go over her plan to get a puppy, or what car she desperately needs, or to drop off a little favorite snack of mine. And maybe those reasons were legitimate to her, but I promise they were a lifeline for me. Those minutes after school and between classes could probably be added up to hours over the years. When we think or talk about someone's character, it's usually what they have achieved over a period of time, but sometimes we focus on their qualities and how a person carries themselves through a good day, a bad day, or what they see and how they treat others. Through many of our conversations, I have learned a lot about Miss Ella, and when I think about what makes her stand out more than most is her character. She's one of the most loyal teens I've met, loves her friends, and is mature beyond her years. One of the first things I noticed about Ella is how loyal she is. Loyalty means standing by the people who matter to you most through all the trials and tribulations. Ella supports her friends through challenging times, celebrates the good, and never hangs them out to dry. Ella creates trust, and that trust strengthens every relationship she chooses to build. Ella's love for her friends is genuine. Her friendships are not shallow or temporary, they're meaningful and sincere. She listens when someone needs to talk, offers encouragement when someone feels discouraged, and brings others together with her humor and kindness. Her caring nature makes others feel valued, seen, and included. She is also a very busy teen. When she's not at school, you may see her walking her dog Rocco on a sunny day, or she could be one of your lovely hostesses at our newer restaurant here in town, Graphite. When Ella commits to something, she follows through, whether it's working toward a goal of getting that puppy, supporting a friend, or finishing a task given to her at work. She doesn't give up when things become difficult. Instead, she remains locked in and focused. In a world that often celebrates the loud achievements, it's important to recognize the quiet strength of character that truly makes a difference. Ella reminds us that integrity, kindness, and dedication are qualities that shape strong and compassionate individuals. Ella, I'm so proud of you. You have grown as a person beyond measure, and I can't wait to hear all about you starting your brand new chapter of beginnings and unknowns. But if I know anything, it's that you're always going to achieve whatever you set your mind to in true Soaring Eagle fashion. Congratulations, Ella, and thank you for making this so easy to write.
Good evening. My name is Christian Avis Rouse, and I am the Director of Bands at Columbia High School. I am blessed to know most of my students well for 4 or sometimes even more years, and because of this, it can be very difficult to choose one student who stands out the most. To make this choice a bit easier, I've consistently chosen a senior to be my Soaring Eagle, but with 32 seniors, as you can see on our lovely poster over there, it's been really tough this year. They are all incredible people, and it may have been the toughest choice yet. My Soaring Eagle this year is difficult to describe. As soon as you think you know them, they surprise you. They're often quirky and funny, but sometimes they can be very serious, and they can bring the energy. They love to lead cheers at basketball games. I've always been impressed with this student's musicianship. They just get it, how music works. This student is a multi-instrumentalist, a great student, an actor, a singer, among other things. They are one who is not afraid to move to the music and let the music breathe. They're willing to take risks and put themselves out there as a leader of their section or as a soloist. Most recently, I've been impressed by this student's ability to step up and teach. They take charge of large sections of underclassmen during marching band season, and they help with everything from marching technique to taking care of instruments. When I've been absent this year, this student has taken the initiative to make sure that the bands can still rehearse. They've been really helpful with the substitute teachers, but they also just are actively listening and taking notes and fixing things and helping students out with difficult passages. I'm so incredibly thankful and proud of this student for their personal growth and leadership. I don't know if 3-4 years ago I would have said this, but I would trust my own child with this student, and honestly, I've been trusting my child with this student for a little bit, and it's really, really sweet to watch. I can't wait to see where the future takes you, and congratulations to my 2026 Soaring Eagle, Jamison Myers.
Good evening, my name is Wade Brady. I teach welding and CAD classes here, and it is truly a pleasure to recognize a student who represents the very best of what we can hope to see in our classrooms. From the first day that I had him in class, Ryder Corbin has consistently shown what it means to be an exemplary student. He is someone who treats classmates and teachers with respect and kindness, helping create a positive environment every day. He has a great sense of humor that brings energy to the room at just the right moment, making tough days a little easier. and reminding us all that learning can be enjoyable. He is intelligent, not just in his ability to understand concepts, but how he applies what he learns to real situations. He is careful and thoughtful in his work, always taking pride in doing things the right way rather than the easy way. In both welding and woodworking, I've had the privilege to teach him in. He has also demonstrated a strong commitment to safety. He understands that skill and responsibility go hand in hand, and he models that mindset for others around him. Most importantly, he shows quiet leadership through his work ethic, positive attitude, and willingness to learn. He is the kind of student every teacher hopes to have in their classroom. It is an honor to recognize him tonight, and I am excited to see all the great things he will accomplish in the future. Thank you. Here you go, buddy.
Hello, my name is Kaylee Wolf. I teach English here at the high school. It is my 3rd year. As an English teacher, I hope to inspire my students to not only enjoy what I teach, but to genuinely enjoy picking up a book to read. Talking with students about books that they are reading is one of my favorite things about my job. It tells me that I have reached at least one student, and it helps me find new books to add to my classroom library. Until this year, I would casually talk about books with some students, but this year, I have had a special student who not only talks about books with me, but brings in her own to share with me and the class. This student is Piper Meaner. Miss Piper, as I call her, is one of the most funny and generous students I have ever had the honor of teaching. Firstly, I would like to expand upon just how funny she is. Last semester, I had Miss Piper in my 8th hour class. By the end of the day, all teachers and students are ready to go home, which means they may be excited and have a lot of energy. And I am not talking about the teachers, I am talking about the students. There were multiple times that I would walk into my classroom to see her dancing or standing on a chair or just making a very odd face at me in lieu of a greeting, which was very weird, but it was funny. One thing I know for certain is that if Miss Piper is in my class, I will surely enter to find a surprise, and that it will most likely make me laugh. Before I comment on her generosity, I wanted to take a moment to acknowledge her academic strengths. Miss Piper is one of the hardest workers that I see all day. During reading and writing days, she is observant, focused, and always willing to take criticism in order to improve her work. She's a brilliant writer, annotator, and reader, which is another reason that I have so appreciated having her in my class. As an avid reader myself, I am thrilled when students share that they like reading just as much as I do. Early on in the year, Miss Piper and I realized that we liked the same books, which are thrillers. We would often find that we were reading a book that the other was currently reading or had already read. This made for very exciting conversations, at least for bookworms, to reflect on what we so enjoyed reading and shared our thoughts with someone else. We have shared book recommendations, borrowed each other's paperbacks, and speculated on what books would be a worthy addition to our classroom library in order to get other students interested in reading. Without Miss Piper, I would not have had my own little book club this year that has brought me so much joy and new books to read. Carrying on with the idea of books, I want to circle back to the generosity that I had previously mentioned earlier on. As I am always trying to find deals on used books that the students would be interested in, Miss Piper has offered multiple times to bring in her own copies of her books so that her peers could enjoy them too. There have also been times that I require students to buy a copy of a book that is needed for class, and while this is a requirement, I always try to buy a few extra copies of the books with my own money, just in case a student or a family cannot afford to buy the book. While talking about this with my co-teacher, Piper approached me and said, "Miss Wolf, I was not trying to be nosy, but I overheard your conversation. I have a copy or two of that novel at home, and I would like to bring it in so that you can give my copies to the students that need them." This offer was completely unprompted, but so genuinely appreciated. Because of these characteristics and events, I have chosen Piper Meaner as my Soaring Eagle for the 2025-2026 school year. Miss Piper, you have been so wonderful to teach, and I am so proud to be your teacher.
Good evening. My name is Amanda Stanfield, and I'm the Family Consumer Science teacher. I'm so proud to recognize my 2026 Soaring Eagle, Ella Horner. Students like Ella are my favorite part of the school day. She's diligent and hardworking in all she does. She pays attention to detail and is always eager to accomplish more. I've watched her grow and mature into an incredible leader both in the classroom and on the court. Her leadership skills help her to think strategically and stay composed under pressure. I'm so impressed with her ability to rally fellow students and teammates, embodying the true spirit of a captain and a role model. I'm proud of you, Ella, and I can't wait to see what your next chapter holds.
Hi, my name is Pat Baker, teach PE and health, and I'm assistant football coach here at CHS. It's a privilege to stand here and recognize a student who defines unsung hero. The Soaring Eagle Award isn't necessarily about a person with the most headlines or the loudest voice. It's about character. And that's why I'm nominating Owen Mankey. Owen's a leader by example. I've had the privilege to coach Owen 3 of his 4 years here at CHS, and I've taught him middle school PE as well. In the world of football, everybody wants the ball, but Owen is a guy who wants to do the work. He's selfless. He consistently does what's best for the team, regardless whether it benefits him. He's resilient. I've never heard him complain in 3 years of coaching him, and he's reliable. Whether it's hot in August or cold in our playoff runs, you're getting the same effort from him regardless. He's also excellent in the trenches. Being an offensive lineman is a thankless job, but his work ethic, day in and day out, he's consistent. He's the model of what you look for in a teammate. He brings the blue collar mentality that we want not only from our offensive linemen, but the field every single day. And his presence is a testament to his character, how he makes the most of being there day in and day out. He's also conscientious. He doesn't stop necessarily in the field, but he takes it to the classroom as well. He's a positive influence on those around him. He drove our energy on the offensive line, not necessarily because he's the most vocal guy, but he's always willing to work. And again, he's a consistent, willing contributor, willing to show up every day and do the right thing for our football program. Owen, you're the blueprint of what we want for a student athlete here at CHS. You're a leader by example, a phenomenal teammate, and an even better person. Your friendliness and caring for this program have been infectious. It's my honor to present the Soaring Eagle to Owen Mankey.
All right. My name's Tyler McWhorter. I'm the school resource officer here for the Columbia Unit 4. It is my honor to recommend Connor Etheridge for the Soaring Eagle Award. All right. As a school resource officer at Columbia High School, I've had the privilege of watching Connor grow over the past several years. His transformation has been nothing short of remarkable. When I first got to know Connor, he was a student who brought tons of energy and humor to those around him. In fact, that same energy and humor occasionally earned him a visit to the principal's office more often than he probably would have liked. Even then, it was clear Connor had a great heart and so much potential. Over time, he has matured tremendously and developed into a focused, responsible, and service-minded young man. Today, he stands as an example of what growth, determination, and character truly look like. One moment that perfectly captures what Connor has become occurred during an outdoor funeral on an extremely hot day. The temperature was high, the sun was beating down, and many in attendance were clearly uncomfortable. Many were beginning to struggle with the heat. Without being asked or directed by anyone, Connor immediately took notice. While others were focused solely on the service itself, Connor focused on the people. He quickly and intentionally made sure that elder attendees had water, checked in on those who appeared overheated, and asked individuals if they were feeling all right. He continued moving through the crowd, scanning for anyone who might need assistance. He ran back and forth from the stands and back to retrieve more water as needed, ensuring no one was overlooked. He took ownership of the situation in a quiet and respectful way, never drawing attention to himself and never seeking recognition. What made that moment so meaningful was this was not something that was assigned to him. Nobody told him to step in. He simply recognized that there was a need, and he took action to help. That level of awareness, compassion, and initiative is rare in someone his age. It's more than just handing out water, it's leadership through service. It showed maturity, empathy, and genuine concern for others. This moment stands out to me because it reflects the young man Connor has grown into, someone who looks beyond himself, takes responsibility, and steps forward while others might sit and wait. Connor's involvement with the Columbia Fire Department has further shaped his sense of responsibility and commitment to serving others. Through that experience, he's embraced teamwork, accountability, and dedication to his community. Graduating early is another clear reflection of his maturity and work ethic. He's chosen to push himself forward rather than settle, showing that he's serious about his future and the path he is creating. What impresses me the most about Connor is not just what he's accomplished, but how much he has grown. He's taken that same energy he once used to entertain the classroom and turned it into leadership, service, and reliability. He's calm under pressure, willing to help others, and committed to becoming the best version of himself. The Soaring Eagle Award recognizes students who rise above expectations and demonstrate outstanding character. Connor Etheridge embodies that spirit. He has truly soared during his time at Columbia High School, and I have no doubt he will continue to rise and positively impact every member of the community he becomes a part of. I strongly and wholeheartedly am proud to present Connor Etheridge with the Soaring Eagle Award.
Hello, everyone. My name is John Guinea, and I am in the math department here. Imagine a student who comes to class prepared and eager to learn, a student who knows no strangers. Imagine someone who will jump right in to help a fellow student at any time. Picture a natural-born leader, someone who leads by example and instills a desire in others to help those around. A person who makes everyone feel comfortable and at ease, always listening and quick to offer help. Such a person is my choice for Soaring Eagle this year. I've known this person for almost 2 years and am continually impressed by the maturity, compassion, and energy that are shown each day. As if these traits weren't enough, my Soaring Eagle is also an athlete in the sports of basketball and golf. Teachers often use the phrase, "a pleasure to have in class." I can think of no one that this applies to more than my Soaring Eagle, Miss Molly Harris.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Tonight I have the privilege of presenting the Soaring Eagle Award to one of my favorite chemistry students, Knox Brewster. Knox couldn't be with us here today, but I'm grateful that his family is here to represent him. This award doesn't come with a checklist, and I'm thankful for that, because some of the most deserving students aren't the ones who seek attention or are comfortable standing in front of a crowd. Some students carry challenges that other people don't see and still choose to show up and keep trying. Day after day, week after week, semester after semester, even when it isn't easy. That takes real courage. In my classroom, Knox is thoughtful, reflective, polite, punctual. He's respectful to others, and he approaches learning seriously. I can always count on him to come prepared, participate fully, and keep trying, even when it's tough. That perseverance matters. It's not always flashy, it's not glamorous, but it is powerful, and it's the kind of strength that will serve him for a long time. Knox has made an impression on me. He has earned this recognition through steady effort and quiet determination, and I'm proud to honor him tonight. Congratulations to Knox and his family. We're proud of him, and we're excited to see how high he will soar.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mark Sandstrom. I teach driver's ed and government, and I also coach basketball. One of our greatest presidents of all time, Abraham Lincoln, said, "The best way to predict the future is to create it." This quote fully embodies what my Soaring Eagle does on a daily basis. Hope Schwartz. Hope is a very driven young lady who gives full effort and attention to whatever she's involved in, which is a lot. She is one of the most positive young students I have ever met, and her enthusiasm is contagious. She is not only self-driven with her studies, but she really cares about others, as seen with her leadership roles and overall school spirit. I'm also very impressed with her entrepreneur abilities, as she is a small business owner as well. And she is going to be one heck of a productive citizen in society moving forward, and that is one of my goals in government. But the biggest thing I'm impressed with is her ability to be her own person in a day where there is so much peer pressure and social media influence in the world today. A great champion of individualism and critical thinking, Ralph Emerson, said, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is a great accomplishment." My Soaring Eagle definitely is a champion of individualism, loves life, and is her own person. Her family embodies success, and she will follow in those footsteps as well. I can't wait to see all the things that she is going to do. Let's give a round of applause to my Soaring Eagle, Hope Schwartz.
Good evening. I am Michelle Kleinschmidt. I teach science here at the high school. It is my honor to recognize Macy Heinlein as my Soaring Eagle this year. From the very first day of school, she made a lasting impression. She walks into the classroom each day with a genuine smile and a positive attitude that sets the tone for everyone around her. Very quickly, it became clear that she possesses all the qualities of an outstanding student. She's hardworking, motivated, focused, and accountable. She consistently strives to do her best and never hesitates to ask thoughtful questions to deepen her understanding. What impresses me most about Macy, though, is her character. She is the true definition of inclusive. No matter who she is working with, she treats every peer with kindness and respect. She makes a conscious effort to ensure that everyone feels seen and included. In group settings, she lifts others up, encourages participation, and creates an environment where everyone feels comfortable. Her caring nature extends beyond the classroom and has not gone unnoticed. This year, she was nominated by 2 different teachers and awarded Student of the Month for the trait of caring, an honor that reflects the way she treats others every day. One of the most remarkable examples of her kindness was on Valentine's Day, when she took the time to write handwritten, personalized notes to every other student in the freshman class. That act of kindness demonstrated thoughtfulness, effort, and a genuine desire to make others feel appreciated and included. Outside of the classroom, she continues to lead by example. As a member by various clubs and teams, she represents our school community with the same positivity and dedication she shows each day in class. Even as a freshman, she has already made a meaningful impact. Macy's many traits make her not only an exceptional student, but an exceptional person. She reminds us all of the power of character and the difference one individual can make in the lives of others. Congratulations, Macy. We're lucky to have you here at CHS.
Hi, I'm Joan Shepard in the math department. It is my pleasure to introduce my soaring eagle, Madison McLean. Madison is one of 10 students who have doubled up in math their senior year, taking both statistics and calculus, and she excels in both. We bounce challenging math problems off of each other, and it has been such a joy to collaborate with a student like that. On the math team this year, she placed 6th among all seniors in our division, and we got a good laugh when she had to compete in a team of 4 contest by herself because we didn't have enough people. And I got a great picture of her because she actually placed and ended up winning all 4 ribbons. So she is determined, dependable, and dignified, and just plain smart and sweet. She has a quiet strength and a grace that I appreciate, and at times she reminds me of my younger self back in the classroom a long time ago. On the math team this year, I'm so proud that she was accepted and has committed to Murray State, where she's going to study accounting. So I look so forward to hearing about your future accomplishments, Madison. Keep in touch.
Good evening. My name is Bethany Grant, and I teach in the math department here at CHS, and my soaring eagle is Kaylin Toon. As an algebra teacher, I spend a lot of my day talking about variables, those unknown values we're trying to solve for. But every once in a while, a student comes along who represents a constant, someone whose character, reliability, and spirit never waver, regardless of the equation they're dropped into. It is my honor to present Kaylin a Soaring Eagle Award, a student who truly defines what it means to lead by example. Whether it's on the stage or in the classroom, Kaylin doesn't just participate, she commits. I've watched her navigate a schedule that would make most adults break into a cold sweat, yet she arrives to my class every day, ready to work, showing us all that excellence isn't an accident, it's a habit. On the other hand, while Kaylin is quiet in a class that is high energy, her smile tells me she doesn't take things too seriously. She reminds me that even when the math gets tough or the classroom gets loud, there is always room for a laugh. Congratulations, Kaylin.
Good evening. My name is Nate Karen, and I'm the social worker here at Columbia High School. I am pleased to tell you about my selection for Soaring Eagle Adam Elder. It does not appear that Adam is here, but I'm happy to talk to you about him. Throughout the time that I have known Adam, he has consistently demonstrated the qualities that make a positive impact on both the classroom and our school community. Adam is a kind, thoughtful, and respectful student who approaches each day with quiet determination. He may not always be the loudest voice in the room, but his character is evident in the way he treats others and the steady effort he puts into his work. Adam approaches challenges with persistence and continues to push himself outside of his comfort zone in order to grow both academically and personally. Over time, I have seen Adam build confidence in his abilities and become more willing to advocate for himself and share his ideas. This growth reflects the hard work and dedication he brings to school each day. Adam's positive attitude, patience, and willingness to try, even when something is difficult, set a strong example for those around him. While Adam does not seek the spotlight, his actions speak loudly. He consistently treats others with kindness, shows genuine consideration for his peers, and contributes to a supportive and respectful learning environment. These qualities may seem quiet, but they make a meaningful difference in our school community. For these reasons, it truly is a pleasure to know Adam and my honor to nominate him as the 2026 Soaring Eagle.
Good evening. I work in the Language Arts Department here, and it is with genuine pleasure that I nominate this student for the Soaring Eagle Award. This person is so interesting and busy. I especially look forward to our Monday conversations. Not only are they quite social, they also manage to hold down a job. They literally do not have time to sleep. This CHS junior has a great work ethic here at school. They consistently come prepared with all the necessary materials in hand, and importantly, their Chromebook fully charged and ready for use. They don't disturb other students, and they stay focused during the entire hour. This person is also ready to help peers with notes, to help clarify concepts, or to provide due dates for assignments. This individual is defined by a sense of loyalty for others. They are the kind of friend who would be hard to replace. On numerous occasions, I have observed them assisting and giving advice to people they care about. It is for all of these reasons that I'm pleased to announce Savannah Lane as my choice for the Soaring Eagle Award.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kirk Myers, and I teach junior and senior English here at the high school. Tonight, I'd like to recognize a current student of mine for his raw talents, his humility, and his kindness. My choice for Soaring Eagle is Luke Crump. The man to the left of me here, without question, one of the first things you notice about Luke is his intellect. As a reader, he has a natural ability to pick up on the key ideas and details in a text and explain his view purposefully and clearly. Class activities are always better because of him, whether it's analyzing rhetorical devices from the Declaration of Independence, I know you love doing that, or discussing a character from One of Us is Lying. Luke always has a way of jumping in with insight, and it's often a comment that inspires and elevates other students to make larger connections and learn alongside him. What also stands out about Luke is how humble he really is. Even though he consistently scored near or above the 90th percentile on every ACT English and reading assessment we've done, few would ever hear about it. He doesn't like to boast. He doesn't compare himself to others. He keeps everything understated. And when he makes mistakes or poor choices or bad decisions, Luke has shown a real ability to take ownership for his actions on assignments, which is a sign of his maturity and character that deserves recognition tonight. I have to share one final moment here that captures Luke's character beyond English. One morning back in November, it was fall semester, the small space heater in my classroom stopped working, and luckily it broke right before my 6th-hour English 3 class, which I have with Luke. And at the end of class, as lunch began, Luke offered to help fix it. The next thing I knew, he was back from Mr. Fisher's room with the screwdriver. He had the whole thing apart, examined the wiring in the fan motor, and had it running again in under 5 minutes, as good as new. And you know, I have to admit that's a skill set I did not cover in the English curriculum. So, congratulations.
Hello, my name is Brody Mount. I'm an English teacher here at the high school.
So first of all, I want to thank you all for being here, and shout out to all these amazing students that have received nominations this year. These are some of the best students that our school has to offer, and it's awesome to be able to honor you all tonight. So my Soaring Eagle nomination is Jacob Becker. This was a pretty clear-cut selection right from the beginning of the year. This is a kid who checks every box when it comes to being a role model, not only in school or in sports, but in life in general. When you think about someone who's on top of their academics day in and day out, that's Jacob. In the classroom as well, he's one of the nicest and most including students. He always makes sure that others are involved and will keep others' behavior in check as well. Not only does he lead by example, but he leads with his voice as well. Academics are the same story. Of course, he doesn't have all the physical gifts that some athletes have, barely being 5 foot tall, but he makes up for this with his tremendous work effort and enthusiasm. I had the pleasure of coaching Jacob this year in basketball for the freshman team, and he made every practice more enjoyable with his outgoing personality. Most importantly, though, Jacob's a great kid. He's the type of kid any parent would be proud of to have. I'm simply thankful for Jacob and how great he's been all year, and I foresee many achievements coming his way throughout his life. A round of applause for everyone and for Mr. Jacob Becker.
Good evening. My name's Ashley Ramsey and I teach Spanish. I enjoy this ceremony each year because it gives us the opportunity to recognize students for so many different qualities, not just academics. It's really special to celebrate each student here tonight. Jojo Riemann. I have had the pleasure of teaching my Soaring Eagle for the second year in a row. She's a top-notch model student. She consistently produces impressive work, asks thoughtful questions, is a wonderful partner in class, helps others, and treats everyone with kindness and respect. She is the kind of student who could easily fly under the radar because she is both intelligent and quietly diligent. She simply does what she's supposed to do, and she does it well. But when you take a closer look, she truly stands out. She often asks me to read over her work, and I'm always impressed by her creativity and the way she applies grammatical structures in ways we haven't exactly practiced in class. It's awesome when a student asks you to check their work, not because they have to, but because they truly want to learn more and improve. Most of all, she is genuinely kind. She leads with kindness, and she makes our classroom a better place simply by being who she is. I feel lucky to have taught her for the past 2 years. Jojo Riemann, I am happy to recognize you as my Soaring Eagle. Congratulations.
You know, if I'm getting up, we must be getting close. We have 2 more people that we want to recognize with 2 special Soaring Eagles. The first, if Ms. Kish would come up, please.
Hello again. Tonight, obviously, we're here to celebrate students who've soared, and we're also here to recognize the educators who helped get them there. Tonight, we're honoring a colleague who, after 35 years of teaching, is retiring, Laura Schmidt. I've had the pleasure of working with Laura for 4 years, and in that time I've seen what makes her such an exceptional teacher and colleague. After building her career in English at the middle school level and then transitioning to science, she made the decision to take on something new and genuinely challenging. To go back to school and earn the credentials to teach high school chemistry, including honors chemistry and advanced placement chemistry. That takes a lot of courage. It takes dedication, it takes time, financial investment, and a genuine belief in being a lifelong learner. One of the most remarkable things about Laura is how intentional she is. She doesn't just teach a unit and move on, she studies learning. She reviews every assessment question, analyzes the students' responses, and pinpoints where understanding has broken down. Then she adjusts, and she does it in the unglamorous hours, over lunch, during prep, after school, and on weekends. Constantly refining and improving her curriculum so students just don't get through chemistry, they truly understand it. If you've ever been in Ms. Schmidt's classroom, you know she's also a big believer in curiosity. One of the first things you'll notice is her Marsscape bulletin board that takes up 1/3 of the front wall. Brick red mountains in the background, a dark starless sky, and a teeny blue and green earth in the distance. Along the Martian soil are the rovers, Sojourner, Spirit, Opportunity, Curiosity, Perseverance, and right there alongside the little helicopter drone, Ingenuity. Across the top, in massive letters, it says, "Dare mighty things." Ms. Schmidt puts that motto on assignments and tests, on slideshows and warm-ups. She says it to her students again and again. It's not just a catchy expression, it's a motto, it's a message. You can do hard things, and I am here to help you. And if you want another example of how Ms. Schmidt makes rigorous learning feel possible, you only have to look at the back of her classroom at Mount AP Chemistry. It's a mountain range made out of tape and construction paper, and each plateau is one of the 7 AP Chemistry units. There's a little hiker with a backpack, because everybody needs learning tools. And he's climbing with his trusty dog, because everybody needs support sometimes. Each time the class completes a unit, Laura moves the hiker higher up the mountain step by step until they finally reach the summit. And then the hiker kicks back in a recliner next to a campfire and enjoys a cold beverage. She doesn't stop there. Every year, as her AP students take the AP exam, she makes finish line tape. She then takes those strips of finish line around to students all over the building and gets them to write words of congratulations on them. She then tapes them to the students' lockers so that when they finish the very, very difficult AP exam, their congratulations are already waiting. That's what it looks like to help students soar. High expectations, real support, and a teacher who never stops believing in them. Laura, thank you for the leap you took, for the excellence you bring every day, and for the legacy you leave behind in your students. Congratulations. I hope you dare mighty things.
Thank you, Mel. One final one I'd like to recognize for sure, Jill Dickerson. I worked with Jill at the middle school, 4 years and now 9 back at the high school, and the office is not going to be the same without her. Her support of students, staff, and families, and patience, maybe with me, organization and kindness, unmatched. We wish her the best luck in her next chapter as well. To wrap the night up, please join me in a round of applause to congratulate our 2026 Soaring Eagle Award recipients. Thank you, teachers, for your kind words, and students, we invite you to wear your medallion tomorrow to school and whenever your graduation day is. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the evening.